Hi there, my name is Will and welcome back to a deep dive of workflow components. Today we're going to be talking about the description property and how you can use that to help organize your workflows. The description property is super helpful for being able to add descriptions to all different types of things inside of your workflows. This includes the flow itself, inputs, outputs, tasks, and triggers. So it really helps you be able to add a little bit more detail as to what's going on, especially if you're working in a collaborative setting. The description property also supports Markdown, allowing for some rich text as well. Let's jump into a few examples of where you can use this. As you can see, we've actually got a description here for the flow itself, and this actually contains a little bit of Markdown syntax as well. So you can actually see we can bold this one. This is going to be a code inline. So if we jump over to the overview tab, we'll actually see that this is all nicely formatted and easy to see. So really recommend using this, especially if you're working in a collaborative setting with many flows where it might be complicated to understand just from the name of the flow what is going on. We've got the same as well for inputs here. So here we've got a description explaining that this is a JSON and it's the payload for the API. So if I click execute, we'll see that that description does actually come up here in the UI, making it a little bit easier to understand what I'm actually supposed to put in the input box here. Same for when we get to tasks. We've got a description here explaining what the task does. And as you can see in the topology view, which I can make a little bit bigger here, we can see there's a little show description button. So if I click on that, it will tell me what is going on here. And of course, that supports Markdown syntax. So if you want to add some better highlighting, maybe add some bold text, you can do that as well. As you can see here, we can also explicitly define our outputs, super helpful when you're working with subflows. And so we can add a description here to help us understand exactly what this output is going to be used for. Really helpful if you're trying to use them between flows. And then lastly, you can see here that we have a description for our trigger. And so if I head over to the trigger tab, we'll be able to see when I click into details that we have our description up here as well. So helpful if you've got multiple different triggers that are doing different things. Maybe you've got a couple of different schedules for various different reasons. You can specify exactly why so it's clear for everyone working on your workflows. Hopefully you found that useful and you're going to start using descriptions inside of your workflows. We'd love to hear what you think of the description property, so let us know in the comments or join our Slack community.